भूमि स्ट्रेट।
अभी भी कैमरा।
अरे कहाँ है?
भूमि राइट। भूमि स्ट्रेट। भूमि थोड़ा राइट। भूमि ऐसे है।
भूमि आपके लेफ्ट।
यहाँ पे मैम।
भूमि जी लेफ्ट में। भूमि मैम।
सर आपके राइट में देखिए।
संजय सर यहाँ पे।
अरे सब हम राइट से।
संजय सर यहाँ नहीं देते। सर यहाँ पे सर सामने यहाँ पे।
Thank you. How are you?
Karan Johar, Anurag Kashyap, and Dibakar Banerjee. Love Stories is all about love, sex, and everything in between. Well, of course, it's going to be available exclusively to 125 million Netflix members spread across 190 countries. That's what, pretty much the entire world? Sounds like it, at least. Yes, so it's going to be available to you and to me, and I can't wait for it. But you know, honestly, I think the best people to talk about Love Stories and to introduce it to you are the ones who've really made it. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's my absolute proud privilege to now welcome on stage the producers of Love Stories. Please put your hands together and welcome Ronnie Screwwala of RSVP and Ashidua Sara of Flying U. Ask you, what prompted you to take Love Stories and say, yes, let's make this?
Well, firstly, I want to clarify this is the original first series was all Ashi's original idea. So I'll defer to her to give the opening comments on that.
For sure.
So we had done Bombay Talkies together with the same 4 directors. And 3 years later, we thought, why don't we do something else with a different theme, different idea. And I went to Ronnie, and Ronnie was equally excited about it. And I spoke to the directors, and they were like, yes, let's do this again. And yeah, so we came up with this theme, Love Stories, and took off from there.
Fantastic.
So just to add to that, I
Sure.
think we had 1 or 2 very interesting sessions, I think at Karan's office, where we decided कि theme क्या होगा. The other one was more 100 years of Indian cinema, now what do we do? And I think really the fact that ये एकदम unique जो concept है,
जी.
कि like 4 one-acts and 4 short films that actually have a common theme with 4 very diverse visions of 4 very diverse directors to come together and still have a common theme is actually quite unique. So for 4 people to get in a room, discuss what can be a pivotal idea and a concept, I think in itself is fantastic. So I think from the time we spoke about it to the 2 sessions, long sessions we had, ki theme kya hoga? So I think bordered around women, bordered around love, bordered around, I mean, I think lust for everyone here will have different meanings. But if you look at love and lust as a common concept and then go to Love Stories, I think it has a meaning of contemporariness.
Yes.
And I think that was really the overpowering theme of what we chose finally, all of us and the directors, to make this common theme.
Fantastic. So now that you see it in fruition, Ashi, how excited are you? Tell me what's going on in the back of your mind.
I'm really excited, and I'm more excited that it's on Netflix, and so many people across the world will be able to watch it at the same time. And yeah, so it's really exciting. I think all the 4 directors have done a great job.
I have no doubts about that. Do we? No, of course we don't. So talking about directors, Ashi and Ronnie, do you think we should get them on stage right now?
Absolutely.
Yes, and hear from them?
Yep.
So ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hands together once again as I welcome whom I call the stalwarts of Indian cinema. We have Karan Johar, Zoya Akhtar, and Dib. Zoya, I don't know if you can really tell us the story, but if you could just give us a quick brief, a glimpse into your story.
My story is about love and lust, but it's in the context of class and class in India, and what the way we perceive it and what that means to us when we are attracted to people. So that's what my story is about.
Okay, that's fantastic. Karan, what about you? We want to hear from you what your story is about. You look like you don't want to really share that with us
Well,
today.
I'm trying to actually find the right words to describe without getting myself into any trouble.
Okay.
Because you know that the film, basically, we all know it's called Lust Stories, so of course the film is about love and lust. And I think excitingly, we all decided on this theme together and thought that all the directors would have an individual interpretation of love and lust. So I think invariably when you're given the choice of love and lust, most sensible people will choose lust. Only because it's infinitely more exciting than love is. It's the more popular four-letter word to live a life by, and I think that's what we all chose in a certain sense of the word. But there is embedded love in that lust, and my film is about seeking pleasure, and it's also about the fact that it's just not a man's right to pleasure, it's also a woman's right to pleasure. And if you want to read between the lines or between the sheets, I'm totally giving you the onus to do that.
Fantastic. So all the ladies in the house, that one's for you. Divakar. I'm trying to figure that out too. That's like dumb charades.
No, I was just telling them secretly about Karan's film. I guess my film, right?
Yes.
My film, no, I really wanted to, before I spoke about my film, I wanted to talk about why we are here.
Sure.
The reason why we are here is that last time when Ashi brought us together, I think we had a lot of fun. And that's why we are here again. So usually all of us handle our big feature films and we have our whatever tensions and whatever. But when four of us came together last time with Ashi, I think I felt supported that I had three, big guys with me so I could go ahead and do something that I wanted. And I think similarly other directors also had their own little pleasures.
Right.
So it was like somebody was watching our back. And this time with Ashi and Ronnie and whatever we wanted to do with our own interpretation of lust, I think it was even more fun. My story is about lying. My story is about infidelity. My story is about lying but wanting to tell the truth and not being able to. And it's also about being hopelessly attracted to somebody who you're not allowed to be with. So,
wow.
So that's what it's about.
Okay, can't wait to see any of these. And of course, we're missing Anurag here. But I'm just thinking, now is going to be the moment of truth, yeah? The reason why we're all here. Do you think it's time to launch the trailer? Yes? Shall we? Yes? Okay, fantastic. So, ladies and gentlemen, presenting to you the बहुत सारा time है, ठीक है? So just relax. Okay, so let's talk. And I think I'm going to start with Bhumi. Okay, so can we have the mic go to Bhumi? Bhumi, I want to ask you, so we saw the trailer once. Such a de-glam avatar of yours,
yeah,
you know?
That's so new for me, right?
Okay, well, sure. So I want you to tell us two things. One is about playing Sudha, your character, your role, and of course being directed by Zoya.
Well, for starters, good evening, everybody. When I got a call from Zoya, I was literally jumping in my bed because she's been on my wish list for the longest time. Wow. I was so excited, and then she shared the story with me, and I was like, oh my God, I just have to do this. Because I'm constantly looking for newer characters, newer stories, newer emotions to feel, newer boundaries to break, and the story did it all. It speaks a lot about so many biases that we have, and we don't even know they exist because we just look through them and walk on with life. And Zoya in this story, in a very, very sweet and nice way, has sort of highlighted that. And yeah, I hope that whenever you guys watch the film, you love it, because we loved making it.
Fantastic. I want to ask you one more thing. So this is a film which is actually on one of the biggest global streaming platforms right now in the world. Does that fact change the experience of making a film?
Absolutely. I mean, you know, as actors, filmmakers, we want our stories to reach as many people as possible. And Netflix is such a big platform. I am a die-hard fan. I've been a watcher of so many of their shows for a very long time. And I'm glad that we are releasing it on Netflix, because I think people on the internet are braver, they are more accepting, they're looking for newer stories, and you know, there's a lot more freedom. So that's good.
Okay, fantastic. So I'm going to move to Jaideep quickly. जयदीप, आपसे मुझे ये पूछना है कि of course हम सभी जानते हैं you've been doing theatre and films for a very, very long time, but here you are in a film where you are with popular actors like Sanjay Kapoor and Manisha Koirala, of course. What was your experience of making love stories?
Amazing. जहाँ तक मुझे याद है, जब दिवाकर सर ने मुझे वो कहानी सुनाई थी, तो मुझे उस कहानी के कैरेक्टर से प्यार हुआ, पहली बात. Because they are so amazing in terms of what they show, what they conceal, and उनकी life की जो छोटे-छोटे उतार चढ़ाव हैं, they were so amazing, and always been fan to his stories and his storytelling, and the relationship I have in the film with Sanjay sir, it's amazing because we have seen this, we have talked about these relationships in literature and everything. But on screen, it's going to be great. It's going to be amazing.
I cannot wait. Sanjay sir, I have a question for you. So, of course, we've seen you as a lead in popular Bollywood commercial cinema, and here you are part of an anthology film. What's the journey been like?
Good evening, everyone. For me, first of all, I'd like to tell you that when I got a call from Dibakar that he wants me to be part of the film, I felt now I've become a complete actor. A director like Dibakar has asked me to be part of his film. So for me, this journey, it couldn't have been better. They say, you know, you are part of big commercial successes, and you've been part of a lot of commercial films and this and that. But to work in a film where this kind of workshop Dibakar made us do, it was a complete honor to be part of this film. And I'm so glad it's releasing on Netflix, because for me, I feel the world will see this film now. It's releasing on the 15th of June in 190 countries. For me, I feel this is a big, big platform for all of us, and especially for me. So for me, it's a big honor.
Your face is just glowing like you're blessed right now, and that's exactly how you're feeling, right?
Exactly, exactly.
Yeah, I can see
that. To be part of this esteemed company, for me, that's a big honor. That's why I'm glowing.
Fantastic. Keep that glow on. Okay, so now is the time that my friends from the media, you get to ask your questions. Do raise your hand. Do identify yourself. And of course, we're here to talk about the Netflix film Lust Stories. So let's keep your questions specific and short. And tell us who you're directing it to. Yes, ma'am.
Hi, Karan, Zoya and Dibakar would like to ask you, does it give you more freedom, this platform, to tell your stories the way you want to, as compared to, and especially a subject like, last stories?
Well, yes, on a level it does. Yes, on a level it does. But having said that, there's nothing in this film that you haven't seen in a sense, in terms of freedom-wise. So, yeah.
No, I definitely, I believe that the film is definitely pushing some boundaries, but I would be happy to do the same even in film. And just because it's called love stories, it doesn't mean that it's, it's got like overt amount of sex scenes, or, it's got something that is out there and in your face. No, they're very emotional stories, and they're deep stories, and lust is a deep emotion, pun not intended. And it is something that we have all tackled with in our own way, in our own syntax. And of course, we've seen much more, even in mainstream cinema, more explicit moments, more out there moments than perhaps you may even find in love stories. But you will find a beating heart within that lust. And I think that's the USP of all our narratives.
So I really don't, I think all film directors manage to find their own freedom within the system that they operate in. So this is not really about the freedom of the directors. I feel this is about the freedom of the audience. You see, what happens is that, what is freedom? Freedom is what? Choice, right? Agar choice nahi hai, to freedom is a theoretical discussion. So this is a choice, and that is the freedom that the audience has, so that once in a while, or every once in a while, if you want an experience which you want to enjoy on your own, very intimate, with yourself, with a few people, this is that choice. And as long as you have that choice, this is freedom. So this is good. This should be the way things are.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. Okay, let's have the next question from the gentleman there.
Hello.
To your left.
Hi, Karan. How are you doing today? This is Sandeep from ANI.
Your left.
All right. Hi, Karan. My question to you is that, in India, इस देश में पद्मावत जैसे फिल्मों के ऊपर बैन लग जाता है. इस देश में अडल्ट सीन्स के ऊपर बैन लग जाता है. इसके पहले उड़ता पंजाब या ऐसे कई सारे फिल्में आई हैं जिस पे काफ़ी बवाल होता है. आपको लगता है क्या नेटफ्लिक्स एक ऐसा माध्यम है जिस पर आप अपनी आवाज़ जो है या जो चीज़ आप दिखाना चाहते हैं वो खुल करके दिखा सकते हैं?
देखिए, ये आई थिंक कहना बिल्कुल गलत होगा कि क्योंकि हम नेटफ्लिक्स पे जा रहे हैं तो हमें खुली छूट है और इसीलिए हम नेटफ्लिक्स पे अपनी फिल्म दिखा रहे हैं. हम इसीलिए दिखा रहे हैं क्योंकि हम जानते हैं कि नेटफ्लिक्स की जो रीच है वो दुनिया भर में है और बहुत सारे ऐसे देश हैं, जैसे संजय ने अभी कहा कि 190 कंट्रीज स्ट्रीम नेटफ्लिक्स, और हमारा ऑडियंस बेस इतना ज़्यादा बड़ा है. तो हम निर्देशक हैं, हम कहानियाँ बनाते हैं और बताते हैं, तो हमारे लिए बहुत बड़ी बात है कि बहुत सारे लोग ये फिल्म देखेंगे. अभी इसके लिए हमने यहाँ ये नेटफ्लिक्स नहीं चुना है क्योंकि हम जानते हैं कि इसमें कुछ ऐसे सीक्वेंसेस या सीन्स होंगे जो बैन हो जाएंगे, या ऐसा कोई सेक्स नहीं. जैसे मैं कह रहा था कि हेट स्टोरीज में ज़्यादा सेक्स है, लव स्टोरीज में कम है. तो हमारा ऐसा नहीं है कि हम सेक्स के लिए या कुछ भी हो रहा है इस फिल्म में इसलिए हमने नेटफ्लिक्स एक बहुत ही एम्पावर्ड प्लेटफॉर्म है, एक बहुत ही बड़ा प्लेटफॉर्म है, दुनिया भर में मशहूर प्लेटफॉर्म है, और इस प्लेटफॉर्म में हमारे फिल्मों को दर्शाना एक अलग प्लेटफॉर्म बन जाता है हमारे लिए, एक जगह हम बन जाती है. जैसे मैं टेलीविजन कर चुका हूं, कुछ लोग यहाँ इस मंच पे स्टेज कर चुके हैं, अभी हम नेटफ्लिक्स कर रहे हैं. हम अपनी वर्सेटैलिटी दिखा रहे हैं. सेंसरशिप कैसी है, क्यों है, वो हम उस गली के अंदर ना घुसना चाहते हैं ना घुसने वाले हैं. भैया हमें अपने हाल पे छोड़ दो.
रोनी सर, एक सवाल आपसे भी है. सर, सवाल ये है कि नेटफ्लिक्स इंडिया में उतना ज़्यादा एक्सपोजर नहीं है बिकॉज देयर इज़ रूरल इंडिया, देयर आर पीपल जिनके पास मोबाइल तक नहीं है, अभी भी कुछ ऐसे लोग हैं. तो आपको क्या लगता है, क्या नेटफ्लिक्स का जो माध्यम है वो इंडिया में अच्छा करेगा या कैसा होगा बिजनेस आपके लिहाज से?
See, I think it's a platform which is very global. आप जो देख रहे हैं यहाँ, the main point is we are working very hard. We've been trying for 100 years to do crossover cinema. I think for the first time, many people will have an opportunity to actually even experiment and do crossover cinema because it's very difficult to do that. Because you've got an audience that you can cater to around the world, not just Indians and South Asians, but everywhere else. A digital platform, rural mein, it's going to take its time. But if you look at it, jo yahan cinema ki footprint bhi hogi, today in our cinemas, the problem is 60% of our box office comes from Bombay and Delhi. So if you take that into perspective, and 10 years back that's been the case, and now it's become 60%, it might become 50%. So you've got two territories, two urban territories, that is constituting of the box office. So actually the digital platform has more scope to spread out than even cinema can over a period of time. And I think this is all about it being jointly done, not one versus the other, ever.
Okay, fantastic. We're going to take the next question from this gentleman here to our right.
Karan here.
Yes, go ahead, please.
He's talking.
Yes.
Karan, straight. Karan, will you say that Lust Stories will have the power and lust to overpower Salman Khan's Race 3 on June 15th?
I mean, you're serious. Was that like a serious question, sir? I really need to know that.
What's your
if it's a funny question, you deserve the laughter that surrounds you. Because otherwise, it's just a... Of course not. Salman Khan is on a different platform. He is the big master of mainstream cinema. Race is going to be a humongous film. It's a franchise film. It's a totally different film with a totally different syntax. We're not competing, fighting. हमें वो औकात ही नहीं है to fight with Salman Khan or Race. We are actually very happy for filmmakers who have made a tiny little film, which we are very gratified to Netflix for, who have accepted our film with open arms. And we are not competing with anyone. We don't have the right to compete with the magnitude of Salman Khan. I mean, Race is like, I'll probably be going to see Race on the 15th and not Lust Stories.
Okay, we're going to take, on that note, we're going to take one last question from you, sir. Go for it, quickly.
Hi, Karan and Zoya. रवि फ्रॉम एबीपी न्यूज़. अगर हिंदी सिनेमा की बात की जाए तो हमने देखा है कि लव को जितना ग्लोरीफाई किया जाता है हिंदी सिनेमा में, ओवर ग्लोरीफाई किया जाता है. अगर कंपैरेटिवली वर्ल्ड सिनेमा की बात करें, वर्ल्ड सिनेमा में अगर हॉलीवुड की बात करें, फ्रेंच सिनेमा, किसी भी सिनेमा की बात करें तो लस्ट को भी बहुत ज़्यादा एक्सप्लोर किया गया है. लेकिन हिंदी सिनेमा में ऐसा कम देखने को मिलता है. हालांकि हाल ही में कुछ फिल्में आई हैं जिसमें लस्ट को भी काफ़ी एक्सप्लोर किया गया है. तो आप लोगों की क्या राय है कि इस बारे में कि लस्ट पर ज़्यादा ध्यान नहीं जाता राइटर्स का, या हमारी सोसाइटी इतनी रिग्रेसिव है कि लव को ग्लोरीफाई करती है और लस्ट पे ध्यान नहीं देती?
I think different cultures go to the cinema for different reasons. One of the biggest reasons our audience goes to the cinema is escapism, fantasy, aspiration, and to hope for something they don't have. Love is something that's still taboo in our culture, sadly. We don't have that many love marriages. We don't have that, we are not allowed to date. We are not, your parents still decide who you should spend your life with. So the ultimate fantasy is to see a boy, fall in love, and end up happily with him no matter what the opposition. So love stories will always be big in our culture till the culture changes. That's not going to change. And in terms of lust, I think people have tried to depict it, and some people have depicted it beautifully, and some people are just crass. And that's where you see the depth and class of a filmmaker. I don't think lust has not been approached. It has been. I think people are now getting a little... they're being more vocal about it. They're just being more expressive about it. But it's been there always. It's always been in our films. It's just been elegant. So you haven't noticed it.
Karan, what's your take?
मैं बिल्कुल सहमत हूँ एक्चुअली जोया से कि हम ऐसी भावना है, लस्ट ऐसी एक भावना है जिसे हम बुरी नज़र से देखते हैं, क्योंकि उसका इस्तेमाल बहुत बुरी तरह किया गया है बड़े पर्दे पे और बहुत ऐसे दूसरे प्लेटफॉर्म से बुरी तरह, विदाउट एनी सेंसिटिविटी. और ऐसी इनसेंसिटिविटी कभी कभी उसके बहुत ही रेपरकशंस हो सकते हैं हमारे देश में, हमारे समाज में. उसका असर बहुत बुरा होता है. लेकिन सेंसिटिवली कोई लस्ट या हवस की भावना को कभी बड़े पर्दे या छोटे पर्दे पे नहीं दिखाता. सेंसिटिवली अगर आप उस भावना को दिखाओ तो वो भी एक भावना ही है. जैसा इश्क है वैसा हवस है, दोनों हो सकते हैं, कोएग्जिस्ट भी कर सकते हैं, लेकिन बहुत बार ऐसा होता है कि उसका इस्तेमाल, जैसे मैंने कहा, बुरी तरह होता है और इसलिए उस पर बुरा असर पड़ता है समाज पे. एंड दैट इज समथिंग दैट वी ऑल फोर ऑफ अस कलेक्टिवली रियलाइज दैट हम वैसे निर्देशक हैं ही नहीं. हम उस तरह के सेंसिटिव फिल्म मेकर्स हैं. हम चाहे अच्छी कहानी बनाए या बुरी कहानी, अच्छी फिल्म बनाए या बुरी कहानी, लेकिन इन सेंसिटिविटी कभी नहीं दर्शाएंगे. हम कलेक्टिवली रिस्पॉन्सिबल बंच ऑफ फिल्म मेकर्स है, जैसे हर फिल्म मेकर को होना चाहिए. तो हमने ये जो भावना दिखाई है, एक इस भावना को दर्जा दिया है, उसका सही इस्तेमाल किया है और इश्क का दर्जा दिया है हमने, क्योंकि इश्क का दर्जा हवस को भी दे देनी चाहिए हम सबको, बिकॉज इट्स ऑल्सो एन इमोशन, इट्स अ फीलिंग, इट्स एन इंस्टिंक्ट यू हैव. लस्ट कैन नॉट बी always gazed upon with negativity. It's a bona fide emotion within you, and you must respect it.
Absolutely. Okay, I've got good news. We've got time for one more question. So, who should we take that from? Okay, yes.
Do you like the Race 3 trailer? Sir, आपको Race 3 का ट्रेलर लगा अच्छा लगा?
Okay, I forgot to say
Please,
one
can
more
we have
sensible
another
question.
Can we have
Yes.
another question?
Any question pertaining to Netflix film Lust Stories? Our cast, directors, producers here, please feel free to raise your hand quickly.
I love the Race 3 trailer. I just want to answer that. And I think and not only me, everyone in the country has loved it. That's why it's amassing those kind of views. Now, moving on.
Okay, fantastic. I think with that, we'll call the Q&A session a wrap, and let's do a quick photo opportunity. I'm going to first invite all of you
Before
to come
anything
forward.
else, I really want to take this opportunity, actually on behalf of Dibakar and Zoya, to thank Ronnie and Ashi. I think they've done such a tremendous job of supporting this. And more than anything else, to the entire team at Netflix, thank you so much for I think, empowering us with this tremendous platform, which is now just taking leaps and bounds ahead with, as a platform goes. And Ronnie has always been such an amazing risk taker, such a visionary, and I think that he really deserves all the applause for making sure that this film was given its due credit and time.
So
Thank
a
you,
round of
Ronnie.
applause, please. Yes. Thank you so much. Okay, I'm going to call all of you forward first. Let's do a group. Okay, stay where you are. Let's do a group for